Dear children, today we are going to start a new topic, recursion with Java. Now, first of all, we must know what is recursion. Any function is said to be recursive if it calls itself. It simply means within the body of the function, there is a function called a statement which calls itself, which calls the same function in which it is placed. There are two types of recursive functions. First is finite recursion and another is infinite recursion. Finite recursion is the recursion in which the base case is present, and infinite recursion is the recursive function in which the base case is absent. Now, in the first example, I would like to print the natural numbers in reverse order. So, the screen you can see that there is a function void print with one variable as a parameter. And here the very first statement which you can see is if n is 0. So it simply means whenever the value of this n becomes 0, immediately the control will return back to the calling code. And if this condition is not true, then what will happen? Then this statement will get executed, and after next this function call statement will get executed, resulting into call of the function again. Now see here the function is. Now in this code you see that there is a function void print with one parameter int n, and here I am writing if n is 0, then immediately return, and if not, you will see that I am printing the value and here, and after that this is the function called statement. Now see that what it does. Sorry, I need to call this function. So here I have, sorry, I have not entered the value here. Enter the number, which is n is ss.nextint. Suppose the value of n is 5, you will see that the list of natural numbers has been printed on the screen in reverse order. It is 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 when the value of n is 5. I would like to tell you what is the significance of the base case. So here before that, I want to here inside this block I want to print the value of n again. Now see that here what happens if the value of n is 5, you see that the values which are being printed on the screen is 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and this value has got printed when control enters that block. So this statement is a part of the block. So what happens when the value of n becomes 0, this value gets printed, and immediately this return statement executes. The significance of this return statement is that it returns the control without the value to the function call here, and program terminates. As you know that the execution always starts from the main method and it ends within the main. In the next example, I want to demonstrate that there is another function, natural sum, in which there are two parameters, n and s, and this function returns a value to the calling code. Actually, this function is calculating the sum of the natural numbers from 1 to n. Now see that with the help of another function body here. In this, I have created one function which is natural sum with two parameters. And as you know that base case is very important, and base case is the condition when control immediately stops executing the function body. It stops executing the function body. So here the base case for this function will also be if n is 0. So when it will stop executing the function body, then with what value it should return? Definitely it should return the calculated sum. Where? To the calling code. And after that, what happened? After that, function call statement will appear in this body of the function, natural sum, n minus 1, s plus n. So what is happening here? Every time I am decrementing the value of n by 1, and every time that value of n is being added within another parameter which is s. Now you can see that in the previous function the return type was void. So in case when return type is void and that function is recursive, so during the recursive call, the function call statement will appear without return statement. But in case if the return type of the function is not void, the recursive call will definitely come with the return statement. It simply means that the recursive call will follow the return statement. Now see, in this function, when we want to calculate the sum of the natural numbers, here we have a parameter which is, so here the value returned by this function will get stored in this variable r. Now you see that I am calling this function along with two parameters. Initially the value of n I have passed, and this value n will get copied in this variable n, and this value 0 will get copied in this variable s. During this process, the sum of natural number will be calculated, and finally when this base case is true, what happens? This sum will get returned to the function call statement along with this along with this way, and it flows from right to left. And here the sum is r. I'm just going to call this function. You see that I'm passing this value 5 and the sum is 15. Before the return statement here, I would like to show you that what is happening with the value of n and s here. See that after this is capital S. Suppose I am passing this 5 here. What happens? Initially, when this value is passed, what happened? Initially, the value of n is 5, so here it will receive 5. The value of s is This 0 will get stored in this variable s. So first time it is 5 comma 0, n is 5, it is not 0, so base case is not true here. This condition is not true. What happens, this function call statement executes. This value now becomes 4, and this becomes 0 plus 5, which is 5. So next time it is 4 comma 5. Next time it is 4 comma 5. Next time the value of n will get decremented by 1, it becomes 3, and it becomes 5 plus 4, which is 9. Next time it becomes 2, and 9 plus 3 becomes 12. Next time it becomes 1, and 12 plus 2 becomes 14. Next time it is 0, it becomes 15. When it is 0 and when it is 15, you see that this base case becomes true. The sum 15 is returned. Along this way, from right to left, R will receive the value which is 15, and finally you will see that the sum has been printed on the screen. Now in the next example, you will see that we have considered a function which is reverse with two parameters. One is the number n and another is s. Here the purpose of s is that it will store the reversed value, and when this function is going to return that reverse value when base case is true. Whenever base case becomes true, this function is going to return the reverse value. And within this function call, what I'm doing here, every time I'm reducing the number by 10, I'm eliminating the last digit, and that last digit is being appended in this variable s, resulting the number to be reversed. The same example, the same algorithm I'm going to implement within this function. Here, suppose here the name of the function is reverse. These are the two parameters. These are the two parameters, and here I would like to reverse the number. So first of all, base case will appear. That is, this is the base case. When this when this number becomes a 0, what to return? We want to return this reverse value. And here with the recursive function call reverse, I'm eliminating the last digit here, and I'm going to form the reverse number in, so that is s into 10 plus n mod 10. It means every time the last extracted digit is get appended within this variable s. Here I am going to call this function. Before that, I would like to write reverse, and here it is reverse, and this is r. The reverse is r. See that? So here I would like to input the number 123. You see that here the number has been reversed. I would like to demonstrate to you how this code is working just by introducing one more statement inside. I'm printing the number along with every appended modified value of s. Now you see that here, suppose the number is 123. Now you see that initially what happened? Initially what happened, I have passed 123 here, and along with that initial value of s, which is 0. So initially it is 123 and 0, 123 and 0, and then at present n is 0, it is n is 123, it is not 0, it means base case is not true. Next time what happens, it becomes 12. Now you see that in the next step it becomes 12 and 3, it means the last digit has got eliminated, and this 0 becomes 0 into 10 plus 3, which becomes 3. Next time this 2 has got eliminated, and this becomes 3 into 10 plus 2, 32. Next time this 1 has got eliminated, it becomes 0, and it becomes 32 into 10 plus 1, resulting into 323. 33, which is the resultant value. I hope the basic concept of the recursion you people have understood. I hope you people have enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching.